Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Isn't this a cozy little setup we got today? A little bit of a different studio for us. We're not in the SL Octo Cult Theatre, which is normally way above in the sky where we are this week, but we're having a little bit of a timeout this week, kind of. The two finalists, Tetra Blackheart and Maiden Ushimawa, two finalists have claimed the fame, have been given 2 weeks. They've got 1 more week left to design some outfits for next week's final. So this week we're taking a little bit of a breather. We're having a nice sit down. We've got a nice group of people here who we're going to be speaking to very, very shortly. We're going to work our way round. We've got some of the past contestants who've claimed the fame. We're going to talk to them about their journey and what they enjoyed about being in the contest. We've also got our 2 finalists, and of course we've got our judges too. Now, before I go to Tatanka, I'd like to say about the sponsors, of course. Same sponsors as always. I'd like to say thank you to IMA Modeling Agency, Fine Smith Designs, and Miss Ebony International, also True Textures, M&M Creations, and the Best of Us Art magazine. Now, let me just explain where we are. Now, we're at the Cult District Mall and the Cult District Sim. And basically, this is a place where all the designs that have been showcased on each Claim the Fame show are for sale. And I mean, as you can see, we're kind of up some steps here, overlooking the entire area, which is actually bigger than I thought it was. I will have to admit that I've only ever been here once before, and I came back here just now, and it's like, wow, it's actually pretty cool. And we've got a nice little crowd down there at the bottom of the steps as well, who are watching the show. So, right. So, Tatanka Kaligawa. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. A little bit tired, but fine.
Tired? Oh, well,
yeah, I'm tired today.
There's only 1 week left now of the contest. Next week is the final show, where Thetra and Maiden shall come out for the final time and show their designs. For those that missed the show last week and didn't really know what the theme is, do you want to tell everybody and remind everybody what Thetra and Maiden are currently working on for next week's final?
Well, the theme is we had some thing to copy, which we usually not do, but in this way it might be interesting how close they can go to this designer showed them. And the other challenge is that they have to do a really expressing a thing which in which they can express their own style and their own special thing. You know, every designer should have his special style, and they have the opinion to show this next week.
So their own unique style, basically.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Very cool. So, are you looking forward to the final then? Because it's been a long ride. I mean, how long has it been? Like 15 weeks now? Is this the 15 weeks, like today?
I think around about 15 weeks, yes.
15
we
weeks,
had 16 weeks in planning.
Yep.
Oh, I'm very looking forward to it, because they were all so ambitious, and they had so many good things, and I'm really excited who will win. I have no clue, honestly.
Yeah, well, you got 2 of the best ones, well, obviously the 2 best ones left, and I know from doing all the shows that the judges have had a pretty hard time, especially when it's been going down to like the final 6 or 5 contestants. You've been finding it more and more difficult when it got to that point of who actually to choose to eliminate. So, I mean, how did that feel when you got in that situation where you was in a show and all of them were so good you didn't really want to eliminate anybody? I mean...
Oh, that's so true, so true. Really, sometimes I really didn't want to be a judge anymore, because of course you heard them. If you say you have to go, all of them are very good. If you remember, we had around 70 designers in the castings, and they survived till now. There's 6 or let's say 5, 6 best of 70 designers, and they are all so good, and it's so difficult now. And well, I'm afraid of the last show, I really have to say.
Well, unfortunately, somebody's got to win, and somebody's going to come in second place. So
Yeah, that's right.
cool. And do you have any personal highlights through the show as well? Personal high points? What have you enjoyed most about it so far?
Yeah, I had some. What I really had in if I think back, the first thing come up in my mind was the tree. This outfit made like a tree. This was amazing. Yeah.
You know, that was the 1 week I was sick and I couldn't make the show. That was 1 week.
Oh, you missed that.
Yep, Selena Hacks was the one that wore it, and she kept telling me about the tree. And I was like, what tree? I've not seen a tree. And that was the one. That was the only one that I didn't make because I was sick. So unfortunately, I didn't see the tree, but I've heard a lot about the tree.
So outstanding, and also Nefertiti's disco future disc jockeys. This was amazing. Never seen before something like that.
I remember that one. Yep, I remember that. Yep. Awesome. So you've had some good memories from it then, and next week it will be over. So one should be the winner. Without telling anybody who your favorite is, do you actually have a personal favorite out of the two in your head already? Or no?
No, really, because I would lie if I say yes, because they are both amazing, and it was 1 week. They all delivered every week. They delivered a good result every week, and 1 week one was better, the other week the other was better. So I have no clue who will win, honestly.
Awesome. Alrighty, well, thank you, Stanka. We're going to come back to you just before the end of the show, but I'm going to move over now to our other judge, our other regular judge, Wicker Merlin. Miss Wicker, how are you?
Oh, I'm great, thank you.
Yay. Good.
How are you?
Good.
Did you feel better?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm better now than I was last week. Last week was
Great.
but I'm getting better. Yes, I'm happy. I'm good. You got to see the bright side of life, really, don't you? That's what I say.
That's true.
Well, that's actually not what I say. So my grandpa keeps drilling into my brain, so it's kind of stuck with me now. So this is it then. 15th week. Next week's the final. It's been a long journey.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember were you at the auditions way back?
Yes,
Yeah?
I would. At every casting and every show.
What do you remember from the auditions then?
Actually, I remember a lot of nice gowns and nice outfits, but there was one that really made me smile, because one brought, after we said we want to have fashion or couture stuff for the casting, they brought a gladiator, and that was very funny. I don't remember the name, but that was really something that made me smile.
I think I vaguely remember that. I do. I remember there was so many people for the auditions. It was really cool. Because I remember going and looking around. There was like a waiting room with a bar and a pool table. I still wish today that the pool table actually worked. You could actually play pool on it. I think that'd be so cool. And then in the next room there would be the long runway and then the judges' table at the end. And I remember standing outside the waiting room, ready to call the next people in. Doing my Ryan Seacrest, and I was calling them in, and I remember seeing all these people quite nervous. A lot of them were quite nervous, and it was really strange actually, for some reason. I don't know why, but it was like some people were so nervous about it. And I remember the two finalists being there as well. I remember Maiden, I remember Thetra, I remember Nefertiti as well. Nefertiti was there with Black Liquid.
Yes, and it was that's true.
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. So, what personal highlights have you had during the last 15 weeks of the shows? Have you got any you'd like to share?
I don't know if it was just highlights, because the whole thing was a highlight for me, because it was very interesting. So, for sure, we had themes that really impressed me. What the people came up with. For example, the steampunk stuff. I never expected that, even if I love to see what I saw. But that was really an outstanding show for me. Then the Future Couture one, when Infinity had those pink Future Disco outfit thingies, that's something that I like very much, because that was really something, you saw something that was not yet on the grid. Same was for the steampunk or for the post-apocalyptic show. So, and that's something I look always for. So that were my personal highlights, to see just something what I didn't saw before in a lot of stores.
Yeah. Yep. And also, I remember fondly, you had some crashy moments.
Ooh, don't remember me.
You remember? Yeah. Do you remember that one show? You didn't last the entire show, really, did you? It was you and Aricia crashing.
Yeah, no, I ended up looking the stream, because as soon as I logged in, I crashed again. As soon as I moved the camera, I crashed again. It was just horrible.
The best thing about it is the people who are watching on the TV screens don't actually see the back chat that is going on behind the scenes. And every time you would crash, you would say, "Crashed again," in capital letters. It was so funny. You've had some hard times as far as crashing an SL has gone, really, during it, but you've lasted all the way through.
The funny part on that is that usually I did over 1,000 fashion shows, and I had 2 or 3 crashes in all my fashion shows. But this show really was cursed for me when it comes to crashes. I did not crash the whole day, and as soon as the show started, the crashing started, and I was like, that cannot be true.
Yep, that's SL for you. It does that. There's always one victim at least. So are you looking forward to the final next week then?
I already thought if I should put in a lower or being ill, because I'm so scared that I have to judge, because I saw what great things they brought over the weeks now, and it's really 50-50 for me. So I just thought about I might be ill or something, because I'm really scared for putting in votes, because I know that it will be so hard. They're both, for me, so over the top, and they constantly brought wonderful outfits. They brought full outfits, even with hair and shoes, and they were nearly the only ones who did that. And I'm just scared. I want to hide.
Aww. Well, it's got to be done, unfortunately, but they're both winners, really. I mean, they've both reached the final. They've come all these weeks. 16 weeks it will be. The entire competition is 16 weeks long, plus the auditions. That's a lot. You know, a lot of people would, you know, that's a lot on somebody every week, every Wednesday. And every week they need to design a new outfit for the show for 16 weeks. That's a lot, really, a lot on anybody. And
it locks you out of real life for every Wednesday evening.
Yeah. Forget real life for the next 16 weeks. Sign here.
Wednesday. Yes.
Yeah, exactly, on a Wednesday. Give up your Wednesday for 16 weeks. Yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you, Wicca. Thank you for being a great judge as well. And, well, we'll obviously
May I say something to you?
Yeah.
Because I really would like to thank you that you hosted all that shows, and that you did such a great job with having fun and taking care of the people and everything. So really, thank you for doing this.
Taking care of them, is that what they told you? Good. Do so. Good. You don't know the dark side of it. Let's keep it that way. No. Thanks, Wicca. It's been fun. Right. And we'll be seeing you next week in the final as well, where you will show and you will
We will see. Maybe I'm ill.
Right, next to you we have Mr. Redclaw Inshan. Redclaw, hello.
Hi there, Eddie.
You are the one with the great German voice, apart from Tatanka.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you said that once in a while when we had that show where I was judging too.
Yeah, you was guest judge, like, what was it, 3 weeks ago, was it?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you was the guest judge there, and how did you enjoy the experience? Was it fun?
Indeed it was, but on the other side, it was pretty hard because, well, as a judge you have to decide who has to go. And that actually is pretty hard when you think of the fact that these people always only had 1 week to create a male and a female outfit. And, well, we were down to the final 4, I think. Yeah, it was 4 people left. And so they survived 12 weeks, or like 11 weeks. And it was pretty hard to judge who has to go and who may stay. So it wasn't easy. It was a great experience, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I know you've been watching all of the shows pretty much, because I always see you sitting in the audience at the end of each show, and you're always there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from an audience perspective as well, I mean, did you enjoy watching the show, and did you see some things from the designers that were like, wow, that's actually really amazing stuff that they created?
Yeah, actually that is, because as you said, I almost watched every show and I barely missed one. So what the most impressive thing for me was the fact that every designer still improved, and that's something which really amazed me, because people were still improving during the show. So they already had some great stuff down there when they started, but in every show they got better and better and better, and that's what really fascinated me about the show.
Yeah. One other thing as well, you've been, I'm going to bring this up obviously, because this is like my favourite thing now. You built some nice little stage contraptions, as I've been calling them throughout the week, which I've been enjoying thoroughly. Of course, you built the one with you built them all, the trapdoors that we introduced about 2 weeks ago with the Final Five, or a week ago with the Final Five. And then we used them last week's show as well, where we went from 3 to 2, and that's fun. And without giving too much away, I've got to ask you, I'm dying to, but we have got a little bit of a secret one, an extra special one that you've made for us for the final, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm so not going to tell what it is. So, yeah, on the final, you will see no trapdoors. At least not for the contestants.
Yes, no. Excuse me? Got me intrigued. Well, no, everybody, I've already seen it. I've already played with it, so... No, I'm really forward to it. I think that's really cool. So, Red Claw, thank you for that. Thank you for being the guest judge. Thank you for watching all the shows and helping out with the stage stuff as well, the on-stage show.
You're most welcome. Was a pleasure.
Awesome. Alrighty, thank you, Red Claw. Now, it's time to talk to some of the past contestants who have been on the show, but unfortunately have not made it as far as the final, but are still big supporters of the show. First of all, we've got with us here Nefertiti Kimagawa. Nefertiti, hello, it's good to see you.
Hello.
Hello, it's good to have you back with us.
Thanks, it's great to be back.
Yeah, so have you been following the show since you were eliminated?
I've tried to follow as much as I can. I had some RL work, but I try to watch as much as I can or catch the reruns.
And how did you find your? Because you were in it quite a while, really. How did you find your experience being in the contest, and from a designer's point of view?
I enjoyed it. There was some days I wanted to pull my hair out, but I enjoyed it. Like everyone said, the improvement. Before I entered this contest, my quality wasn't as realistic as it should be, but after going through this and, learning things like highlights and shadows and wrinkles and all kinds of puckering and all kinds of effects that make the clothes look more real instead of painted on, I got better. And there's a real noticeable difference between my clothes pre-show and after show.
I was just going to say, did you feel that you improved a lot whilst doing it? So
Yeah.
that's just answer that question. That's really cool. And a lot of your outfits actually got a lot of attention, especially the one that Tanka mentioned with the DJ. It was the DJ one, wasn't it? I remember that.
Yeah, it was my cyber futuristic one, and I had a lot of people that actually really liked it. I sat behind stage sweating bullets, thinking this thing is gonna like they're not gonna like it, and I go out there and everyone liked it, and I was like, wow, yay!
That was really cool as well. So, okay, so throughout your duration and your time on the contest, starting all the way back from the auditions and to the point where you were eliminated, what are your most memorable moments and the things that you will remember for a long time from having the experience?
Oh my goodness. I think being backstage and, like I said, just sweating bullets, like, oh my god, are they gonna like it? I hope they like it. I thought I liked it, but I hope they like it. That's gonna be one of my most memorable, and also just getting picked to be in it. That was pretty awesome. I didn't even think I was gonna get that far.
No. Yeah, well, Nefertiti, you did very well, and it was great to have you in the competition. Are you going to be tuning into the final next week as well?
Yes.
And giving the support to Thetra and Maiden?
Yes.
Yay. Perfect. Well, thank you, Nefertiti. Stay there, stay comfortable, have an orange juice. I don't see any orange juice, but just pretend you haven't one anyway. Just for the effects of television. Alrighty. Right, now sitting next to me, we've got somebody who was only eliminated. Was it last week he was eliminated, Lexi?
Yes, it was last week that you dumped me into the hole in the stage.
I did. I dumped you into the hole, didn't I? I'm sorry. I did dump pad number 1 you was on, and I dumped you into
No, you're not sorry. You are not sorry a bit.
Well, I really enjoyed it. I will admit, I really enjoyed it, but I've got to say I'm sorry, you know. But, so, wow, you were so close to making it into the final. So close. How did you feel when you were voted out of the show last week?
Well, you guys were talking about how you had to give up your Wednesdays for 16 weeks. I had to give up everything for 16 weeks making these clothes. So I was sad to be gone, but I actually was kind of glad to have a break, too.
Relieved.
It's been a lot of work. Yeah, there was as much relief as there was depression about losing. So.
Did you ever expect to get so far in the competition? Because you lasted 14 weeks in the competition. Did you ever expect you would last so long in it?
Once I got accepted into the contest, I made it my goal to try and make top 5. So.
Wow, you certainly did that.
Pretty happy with how I did.
Yeah, well, 3rd place is amazing, and I mean, you were one of the few males that actually lasted a very long time in the competition. So you did very well to get into that, and it was sad that you were gone last week, but I'm sure you're tuning into the final next week and giving your support.
I do plan to be in the audience next week.
Awesome. Perfect.
Let's see how this ends.
Well, thank you, Lexi. Thank you for being part of the show. I appreciate it. And, well...
It was a lot of fun. I was glad to be here.
Good. Alrighty. Right, now, we now move on to our 2 finalists for next week. Now, because Maiden Oshimawa cannot use, well, because of real life, language issues, English is not the first language, what I did was, I basically sent 2 questions to Maiden before the show, and I'll just read out the answers, and I'll ask the same questions to Thetra in a moment. Now, Maiden is one of the 2 finalists in Claim the Fame this year, and basically the first question I asked Maiden was, what has been your most memorable moment so far during the contest? Maiden said, for me, every show was memorable, every time is a challenge for my skills, and I'm very, very grateful to this contest because I have improved a lot. And the second question that I asked Maiden was, what does it mean to you to be in the Claim the Fame final next week? Maiden said, it means so much, I didn't think to get here. All the designers are very good, it was tough, and it is an unexpected thing for me. The Claim the Fame, I think, is a great opportunity to make my own creations. I take this opportunity to thank you all for your support and for the great opportunity that you gave me. Right, and our second finalist, sitting right opposite me here on the white couches, is Miss Thetra Blackheart. Hello, Thetra. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine.
Hello.
Thank you.
So you're a finalist. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay! All right, so I'm going to ask you pretty much the same things then as what I asked Maiden. The finals next week. What does it mean to you to be selected as one of the Claim the Fame finalists?
Well, I have to say I really did not expect it to get so far. It was really a big surprise for me, and I'm really, really, really happy, and I think I got already my victory for that.
Very cool. Awesome. And what do you feel has been your most memorable moment so far during the entire contest?
I think each show was different, and in each show I had something to remember, because you put so much of yourself to do an outfit that each show become something really special, and the whole contest was really, really memorable for me, I have to say. It was a really, really nice experience, really.
Awesome, great. Well, I wish you the very, very best of luck for next week's final, as well as
Thank you.
Maiden, and I hope you just have fun with it. You got 1 week to go until the final, so I hope you're getting all the final preparations ready pretty much for next week, so I wish you the best of luck to you both, our two finalists. Alrighty, well, Tatanka.
Yeah.
There we are. The finals next week. The long road will come to an end. We'll come to the end of the road next week. Will you be sad when it's finished?
Yeah, of course I will be sad, but also it's also for us it was a lot of work and an immense amount of money we spent in this whole project, and well, I see with two eyes. One eye is very, very sorry, and the other one is glad that it's over. But I surely will miss it, because it was so much fun to work together with all these people, all the contestants, and the Metaverse team. You, for example, it was so much fun.
Awesome, very cool. Yep, it's been a long road, but it's been fun. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to our judges today, Tatanka Kaligawa, Wicca Merlin for joining us, Red Claw Inshan 2, Nefertiti Kimagawa, Lexi Vargas, past contestants on the show, and also to our two finalists who will be taking part in the competition final next Wednesday, live here on Metaverse TV, 3 p.m. SLT. Cetra Blackheart, Maiden Ashimawa, one of them shall be the winner of Claim the Fame and get all those awesome prizes. Very cool. Right, let's just go through our sponsors one more time. Let's give a big thank you to IMA Modeling Agency, Fine Smith Designs, and Miss Ebony International, and also True Textures, M&M Creations, and the Best of Style magazine for giving us the big support they have throughout the entire contest. Like I said, next week, 3 p.m. SLT, live, Metaverse TV. You can see the final of Claim the Fame, Cetra Blackheart, Maiden Ashimawa. One of them will be winners. Also, come down and visit the Cult District Mall too, which is where we're sitting. A lot of cool stuff around here. But for now, we will see you next week for the final. So I'll leave you to do whatever you need to do. Bye-bye.